You ever seen a courtroom turn into a movie scene so emotional it makes power look like a kid's show? Because what just went down with T.I. and King Harris has every fan, hater, and keyboard lawyer in the world losing their minds. The King of the South, the man who rapped "Live Your Life," just watched his son get 5 whole years behind bars. And the look on his face? It wasn't anger. It wasn't disappointment. It was heartbreak that hit deeper than a trap beat and surround sound. This isn't some gossip blog exaggeration. This is a full-blown meltdown in real life. Witnesses say T.I. was pacing, hands shaking, eyes red, trying to keep his composure while the judge read the sentence. Even the courtroom reporter said it felt like watching a legend crumble. The internet's calling it the Harris tragedy. Memes are flooding in. Fans are screaming, "How did it come to this?" And the wild part? It all traces back to choices, chaos, and pride. A storm years in the making. So sit tight. Because this isn't just a court case. This is the collapse of a dynasty, the downfall of a prince. And the moment T.I. finally broke in front of the world. It all started long before the gavel dropped. Long before the cameras flashed. Before the internet turned King Harris into a trending punchline. This story's been building for years, quietly, recklessly, and publicly all at once. King Harris was born into luxury, fame, and expectations higher than his father's chart positions. From birth, he had it all. Private schools, designer fits, cameras following his every move. But what do you give to the kid who's already got everything? Apparently chaos. King wanted to be more than T.I.'s son. He wanted to be King Harris. The rapper, the rebel, the internet's favorite controversy. The kid who called himself royalty but moved like a headline magnet. Every month it was something. Fights, arguments, viral lives, you name it. The internet loved it. Blogs called him a walking Zeus Network episode. T.I. tried to steer him right, stern talks. Dad lectures, even interviews where he publicly reminded everyone that King's still learning life. But King? He didn't want lessons. He wanted attention. Then came the turning point, a brawl that changed everything. Reports say King was involved in a late-night altercation that escalated from petty talk to serious charges. At first, fans thought it was another clout stunt. "Ain't no way T.I.'s son gonna do time," people said. But then the mugshot dropped, and that's when reality hit. King looked defiant, chin up like he still thought it was a game. But the charges weren't playing around. Sources say it involved property damage, assault, and a handful of accusations that made lawyers start sweating. Suddenly, this wasn't a viral prank, it was a criminal case. The internet exploded. How does a millionaire's son end up here? Didn't T.I. raise him better? Privilege gone wrong. Every headline was a punch. Every meme a reminder that fame doesn't buy common sense. T.I. was silent, at least for a while. Behind closed doors, insiders say he was furious but heartbroken. The man who once faced the law himself now had to watch his son repeat history in 4K. Weeks turned into months, and rumors started flying. Some said T.I. was pulling strings to reduce the charges. Others claimed King wanted to face it like a man. But when the trial began, it was clear. This wasn't ending with a slap on the wrist. The evidence was stacked, the witnesses were ready, and the judge? Not impressed by celebrity surnames. And then came the sentencing day. Courtroom packed. Cameras waiting outside. T.I., dressed sharp but pale, walked in looking like a man trying to hold his world together. Tiny sat beside him, eyes hidden behind shades. Holding tissue like she already knew. When King walked in wearing that prison jumpsuit, all the flashbacks hit at once, from his wild Instagram lives to his father's reality show days. The room went quiet. You could hear the air conditioning humming. The judge started speaking, outlining the case, the evidence, the impact, but no one was listening. All eyes were on T.I. and then the words no father ever wants to hear. "King Harris, you are hereby sentenced to 5 years in state prison." Boom. Silence. Gasps. Tiny started crying. T.I. just froze. His eyes went red instantly. The man who'd faced federal time himself now had to relive that trauma through his own blood. People in the courtroom said he mouthed something. This can't be happening. But it was. The king had fallen. The second the news broke, the internet lost its mind. Within minutes, King Harris' sentence was trending worldwide. Memes, theories, fake leaked footage. The chaos was instant. One tweet said, T.I. raised him on trap values and he trapped himself. Another, 5 years? That's 5 seasons of lessons he should have learned at home. And of course, the influencers jumped in. You know it's serious when Charleston White goes live with a cigar saying, "I told y'all that boy was headed for this." Even Boosie commented under a post, "T.I. done cried harder than when he lost his deal." 50 Cent couldn't resist either. He reposted the news with the caption, "Guess the family hustle hit a plot twist?" Savage, but it wasn't all jokes. Some fans genuinely felt bad. They posted side-by-side pictures of young King smiling next to T.I. Captioned, "He didn't deserve this." Others blamed fame, saying too much spotlight, not enough grounding. Meanwhile, YouTube was on fire. Every commentary channel had their thumbnails ready. T.I.'s son sentenced to 5 years. The real story they're not telling you. Tiny seen crying outside court, family in shock. King Harris fell from fame, what really went wrong? Everyone wanted a piece of the story, but behind the hashtags and clickbait, something deeper was happening, the fall of a family brand. The family hustle was built on image, on unity, success, discipline. Now it was a PR nightmare. Sponsors were distancing. Shows were freezing negotiations. T.I.'s name was suddenly being dragged. Not for his past, but for his parenting. Every old interview resurfaced where T.I. warned King about life's consequences. Every moment King acted defiant on camera came back like evidence in the court of public opinion. He warned him, fans kept saying. He literally predicted this. And T.I.? He went dark. No posts. No statements. Just silence until one clip surfaced from a podcast he filmed weeks earlier. The host asked, "You ever worried about King going down the wrong path?" And T.I. replied, "I can't protect a grown man from himself." That clip went viral instantly, millions of views overnight. People said it sounded prophetic, like a father who knew the storm was coming but couldn't stop it. Meanwhile, reports from the courtroom leaked that T.I. broke down privately after the cameras left. He didn't yell or curse, he just sat there holding his head in his hands. One witness said it looked like watching a man carry the weight of 2 generations of mistakes. And if that wasn't heavy enough, the prison intake photo dropped online. King in a gray jumpsuit, eyes hollow, no chains, no bravado. Just reality. The memes slowed down for a minute. Suddenly, people started posting captions like, "This ain't funny no more." Even celebrities who mocked earlier began backtracking. 50 Cent deleted his post. Boosie said on Live, "I'm praying for them boys, man." That's real life right there. Because for once, the joke hit too close to home. The days after the sentencing felt like an emotional blackout. Atlanta went quiet. The blog stopped joking and started speculating. Would T.I. appeal? Would King serve the full time? But what hit hardest was the change in T.I. He wasn't posting luxury or music. He was posting quotes about growth, faith, and failure. "A wise man learns from pain," one read. "A father carries his child's mistakes," said another. Fans knew the man was healing through heartbreak. Tiny, always the emotional center, posted a message saying, "No matter where he is, my baby gon' make it home." That comment section filled with prayers, love, and pain. But here's where it gets wild. Inside sources claim T.I. started personally mentoring young men in his community again. Like history was repeating itself, but with purpose. "He doesn't want another King situation," said one insider. "He's turning the pain into prevention." Meanwhile, King's prison story was spreading too. Word was he was trying to adjust, keeping his head down, staying out of trouble. Some inmates allegedly didn't even believe he was who he said he was until he started rapping in the yard. He still had bars, one source joked, but the crowd's different now. Back outside, fans were split. Some called this a wake-up call for celebrity kids. Others said the system was too harsh. Petition links started circulating. "Free King Harris, he deserves another chance." But not everyone agreed. Comment sections became war zones, half sympathizing, half saying, "He asked for this." Still, T.I. never lashed out, never blamed anyone. When he finally spoke publicly weeks later, it broke the internet. He looked directly into the camera and said, "I ain't never been this broken in my life. But maybe this is what it takes to fix what fame broke." That clip, pure emotion, no PR polish, went viral instantly. People said they'd never seen T.I. so raw. Others called it the most powerful moment of his career, and quietly, something shifted. Fans started respecting T.I. again. The man who once got dragged for being too strict was now praised for facing pain with honesty. As for King, reports say he's focusing on rehabilitation programs, writing music, and keeping a low profile. And ironically, the same fans who once roasted him now say they're waiting for his comeback track. Because if there's one thing hip-hop loves more than fame, it's redemption. Pop loves more than fame, it's redemption. This whole saga wasn't just about a sentence, it was about legacy. A father watching his son repeat the same mistakes. A son learning too late that fame doesn't make you bulletproof. And a family forced to rebuild its crown, one lesson at a time. The Harris name might have been dragged through the mud, but in true Southern fashion, they'll rise from it, stronger, wiser, and painfully real. Because as T.I. once said, trouble's easy to get into, but hard to get out of. And now, King knows exactly how true that is. And there you have it. The story that broke the internet, broke a father's heart, and might just fix a family's legacy. This isn't just a scandal, it's a warning wrapped in heartbreak. Because if T.I.'s son can fall, then nobody's safe from their own choices. The streets don't care about your last name, your followers, or your fame, but you know what does care. This channel, because we bring you the truth the tabloids water down. So if you made it this far, hit that like button like T.I. hit that courtroom silence. Drop a comment below. Do you think King deserved 5 years, or was the system trying to make an example out of him? I want to see the comments look like a courtroom debate. And don't even think about leaving without subscribing, because tomorrow's scandal is even darker. We've got new leaks, celebrity reactions, and a story that'll make this one feel like a warm dash-up. This is your daily fix of chaos, controversy, and culture, where every truth hits harder than the last beat drop. Stay tuned. Stay wild, and remember, in the game of fame, freedom ain't guaranteed, it's earned. This is Trend Tattle, where every story burns brighter than the truth.